I thought it'd be fun to take a look at a few of the games that have HD texture mods. Now, to be clear, this video will not touch on the vast majority of those games, and if you're asking why, that's because there are far too many games that have them. Just take a look for yourself. It's becoming much more common for older games to get touch-ups, in a large part because of the rise of AI upscaling. It's a lot easier to put a texture through an AI upscaler and get a pretty good outcome. But a lot of these guys don't stop there. They touch up those upscales themselves, which can be a lot of work, because they have to do them by hand. So here are some JRPG HD textures and mods that I think are well worth looking into. Dragon Quest VIII is probably the most loved Dragon Quest game, and it had multiple versions. There was a version for the PlayStation 2 and a version for the 3DS. Both of these versions have HD texture packs. The PS2 mod pack was created by Hufflescuff and includes UI, character portraits, fonts, and textures. So basically the entire game has been pushed to HD, or at least 95% or so of it, and it looks great. If you ever wanted to play a remastered version of the game, this is basically it. Completely the same, but updated, so it looks fully HD. The 3DS version is made by a person named Shining Red and includes a similar amount of reworked textures, effects, and AI updates, making the 3DS version look incredible. If you're unsure which version you would prefer, one of the main differences is that the 3DS version has visible enemies on the map, while the PS2 version has random encounters, and the 3DS version has more options for the characters you romance. And there are other differences, but overall, I personally think the PS2 version looks much better, but it really is preference. Legend of Dragoon has an ongoing project called Severed Chains. It's not just an HD mod, it goes even further than that. They've made a fully reverse-engineered, unofficial PC port of Legend of Dragoon, which allows them to do a lot of things. That includes bug fixes, better audio, mouse support, unlimited saves, skipping FMVs, and on and on and on. It's honestly pretty incredible the amount of additional value this adds. And on top of that, they're adding a 4K 60 FPS with upscaled graphics addition in the future. So the next update for Severed Chains will make the game look incredible, and you can see it here. So if you've never played Legend of Dragoon, or you're looking to play it again, this is, in my opinion, by far the best way to do it. The next update is nearing completion according to their website, so go check it out and prepare yourself for it. Anyone that has looked up Final Fantasy IX HD mods and textures will likely know this mod. It's Moguri mod, one of the most impressive mods for any PS1 era JRPG. It fully updates the backgrounds using AI and hand polishing, adds widescreen, a new font, HD textures, bug fixes, makes FMVs look better, and even gives you the option of a different soundtrack that has been reorchestrated. It really is one of the coolest mods that I've ever seen, maybe for any game, and that's only partially because I think Final Fantasy IX is one of the best Final Fantasy games. If you haven't looked into Moguri mod and you love Final Fantasy IX, I would highly suggest you give it a look. It really is a game changer. And if you've never played Final Fantasy IX, I definitely recommend it. Even among the Final Fantasy series, it's a standout game, and Moguri mod even has a setting to speed up the crazy slow battle FPS, so for those who weren't a fan of the game because of that, now it's fixed. Okay, this one is going to be a little more complicated. Chrono Cross has a really cool modding scene with people that have done HD textures for backgrounds, FMVs, characters, and more. But unfortunately, there is no one-stop shop for this game. Modders are pretty notoriously picky about how their mods are packaged, so it'll be up to you to figure out what mods need to go where and which ones to use. Luckily, someone made a write-up for this, so not all is lost if you get easily confused by that sort of thing, like me, but it won't be easy if you want all of the mods out there. For those who are a bit less worried about getting everything and just want a few, there are a couple of background upscales that I would recommend, and an FMV upscale that I would highly recommend. Silver Limit's backgrounds and Trion's backgrounds are the backgrounds I would recommend, both of which you can find on Nexus Mods, and Snooty AI Upscale is the FMV upscale. It replaces all the FMVs looks pretty amazing. There are a ton of character retextures, but you might have to use multiple different ones, so it's up to you whether you think it's worth your time to do that. Xenosaga has an HD texture mod that is particularly impressive. The reason that it is so impressive is because it isn't just one of the Xenosaga games, it's all of them. That's over 100 hours of game, nearly completely retextured, and this is something that a lot of people out there would love to get an official version of, or maybe a remake of. Special shout out to Panda Venom, who has done a ton of different HD texture packs for various games, all for the low price of completely free. Nothing is hidden behind any paywalls, there's no easy installation cost or anything like that. Just grab the textures, plug them in, you're good to go. A lot of Xenosaga is in the presentation, since you'll be spending a good amount of time in various cutscenes, so having that presentation updated, it's really a good thing. I'll also give a short shout out to McKindis, who has done the Final Fantasy VIII HD mods. There are a whole bunch of different HD touch-ups that they have done to make Final Fantasy VIII Remastered look much better than what Square gave us. So, if you're looking for that, it's the best way to go. There is a quick installation method, but unfortunately that's locked behind a Patreon. But the mod is good, so up to you whether you think it's worth the price. So, these are some of the best HD texture mods out there, but there are plenty more, so if you're looking to play a game that is around PS1 era or higher, I would recommend you check if it has an HD mod first. Thanks for watching.